African stars in the black ball that I have ever seen anywhere. Nkole versus the yellow, which he misses. I don't like it when you play against someone who is a better shooter, then you get a chance to win the frame and you don't utilize, make him believe that it will be so tough to beat you. Try and put him under pressure. Don't misuse chances like that one. Nkole is as guilty as charged. Cesar in attack mode now to try and win a first for himself, to try and equalize, to try and retain his spot in the next round, again with 2 lives intact. Last year, both of his lives by the way, were taken down by Ibra. I'm not so sure which life Nkole did end in the last edition of the tournament last year, but for now it is Cesar 1 and Nkole Matanga 1, race to 9. Seems this one will be a faster match than the previous one. Our apologies, the venue, the TV table is near the window, which has a setting sun, which at this time of the evening has its rays diagonally across the pool table. They will not be there for a long time, but I believe that even when you are watching, the picture looks, apart from the rays, pretty clear. 1-1 race to 9. Big break by Cesar, hitting the top ball and putting 1 blue and 1 yellow, leaving an open table. Definitely will be going for blues. One of those games when you are as a player, you are clearly going for break and finish, most especially when the player is the guy that is donning the Advanced Talent Agency t-shirt, having his name big on the back, as in Cesar, the scorpion, with the diagram of a scorpion also on the back of the shirt, I think to try and intimidate his opponents. Most of the Ugandan players have nicknames which are just there to intimidate their opponents. There is a black sheep, there is a computer, there is a sharpshooter, there is a scorpion, there is a killer, there is a machine, there is everything. But again, a Ganda has been defeated by a Kelvin. Yes, Jerry in his first life has been defeated by Kelvin Fikoti, and quite impressively, by the way. The match that was streamed live before on this platform, very impressive display of skill from Zambia's Kelvin Fikoti. The other of the top Zambians, Nkole, is attempting to win a second on Cesar. A match that should have been, in my opinion, 2-0 before Nkole misused a chance to win a second for himself, making it a first for Cesar. Is a little bit out of sorts here. Former African #1, if they like to believe it or not. The shot he has just played was just to remove his yellow from the trouble of Cesar's blues, to try and regain a groove on this frame and on this match. Not bad brain work from Cesar. A shot in which he just wanted to free those two blues near that center pocket on the left. And Nkole reacts by playing his yellow, driving it right against the cushion, leaving it packed. It almost got potted. Cesar will definitely be going for attack here, but the frame looks a little bit tricky for the guy that is attempting to win a second international competition only for the second time in his career. And given his numerous accolades, what is a little bit missing is the number of international careers he has, which are a little bit few. But again, he's still a young man just like he has really exploded in terms of playing prowess and popularity on the African continent. Without a shadow of a doubt, he is now one of the most popular billiards players in the world. And I'm not trying to be exaggerative, but the numbers pulls off when his games are streamed on social media anywhere. And you're listening to the guy that has been streaming most of his matches. Now Cesar on a relatively tricky looking blue frame, trying to contemplate whether there is space to that corner pocket on the top of your screen where there is also Nkole's yellow. If he can pass that blue ball, then probably he'll be good to go. Yes, there was space. And anytime, any day, he will never fail to get white ball for that black bouncing off 3 cushions. Look at that, looking beautiful. But according to his playing prowess, that was a walk in the park as he pots this black. It is Cesar 2 and Nkole 1, rest to 9. There's this crazy fan at the arena who is just here disturbing the commentator, mimicking the words he normally says in his commentary matches, when most especially in Uganda. Every time he sees me, he shouts happiness in Guru and sorrow in Johannesburg. Quite funny guy. I'm going to ask his name and ask for his name and make him my friend. Continuing in attacking mode is Cesar, trying to take down one of the legendary Zambian players, who has since then, by the way, Nkole lost his place on the Zambian national team, but remains a respected player, but above all, a respected human being. If I'm not mistaken, well, Zambia has nowadays better players like Kelvin, like Victor, like Royd, like Mofia. He's the only one of them that has ever been African champion. Legend of Zambian pool versus a legend of Ugandan pool, both legends of African pool. Cesar's problem ball now will be that yellow which is near that center pocket on the left, which is playing, trying to bank it to the center pocket on the right. It goes wrong, gives chance to Nkole at least to play. And you are watching another edition of the Billiards Cafe Classic annual double elimination competition here at Billiards Cafe, Lusaka, Zambia. To To present to you the commentary on behalf of the Advanced Talent Agency, my name, as usual, is Peter Chobe. Nkole Matanga. On this blue, which will be wanting to make sharp cut off to the center pocket on the right. He got it too wrong. 0 out of 10, didn't even try. The ball didn't get close enough to the pocket. The frame is being given out quite cheaply. Starting to seem as though he's a little bit afraid of the prowess of his opponent. And yet Nkole is supposed to be a very experienced player who should know how to handle shooters even of the level of Cesar. And as Nkole sips his drink, he will be knowing that he got a chance and misused it. That won't matter. It is Cesar 3 and Nkole 1. Once again, 3-1. The Ugandan are leading against the Zambian in a race to 9. Nkole has to be very careful because most of the time, the longer the races, the better Cesar becomes. A race to 9 is relatively a long race for a first round of a tournament. Any tournament, very few tournaments do you get anywhere with races to 9 in their first round. Most of them are races to 7 at most for the first round. But in this race to 9, Cesar is gliding the ball around the cushions of the table so perfectly, like he does so many times. He leads now 4-1. Matches are ongoing on 12 tables, but all the main matches are on this one and only television table. And while the ATA has secured rights for streaming of all of this competition, there are other free games which are ongoing on other tables. But from the quarterfinals all the way up to the final, all matches will be exclusive only on this platform, and that shall be maybe tomorrow, maybe Monday, maybe Sunday, depending on the speed, most likely Sunday. And thank you for supporting the sport, supporting the players, supporting the ATA through your subscription. Another chance comes for Cesar to win a fourth for himself and for his country and for his management team. He likes to say Cesar, even when not in Zambia, that Zambia is his second home. Of course, Zambia is a very big part of his journey as a player. In 2020, he himself and his then club captain Dennis Ongom did move from Ron's Pool Club to join Sharks Pool Club in the Zambian Pool League. And while he was already developing into a star in Uganda, joining Zambia was the turning point of his career. Winning comp after comp after comp after comp, especially after settling in the country after 3 years. He left the country in 2022 December as without a shadow of a doubt the best then. And upon return to Uganda, he started winning competitions again with the same consistency, if not even more. But he's such an adored person and player in Zambia. Fans like him, fellow players like him, managers like him, administrators like him, media men like him. He's just some lucky soul, being loved everywhere you go. Anyway, for me, I take it as a gift from God. When someone is loved, they are loved, nothing to do about it. And produces a lovely shot, Cesar. Now the blue frame is as open as the word open itself. That is the thing with these big boys. Cesar being big in terms of how good he plays, not big in terms of age. They just turn a momentarily bad game into a good game the very next moment by just one shot, one visit of the table, which Cesar has just done. And a frame like this one, Nkole can count it equally gone. Cesar will most likely be drawing the white ball backwards towards the left in backspin motion, which he does, and will face the black for the 5th time, but it will be an easy roll of the black to a player of this level. No chance that he can ever miss this black. Cesar 5, Nkole 1, race to 9. To break now, every time he puts the ball on the break, he's increasingly likely to be the guy that will be victor in this match. My only outcry from the organizers of the Billiards Cafe Double Elimination Competition is the inclusion of ladies. I did make that outcry for the Grand Michana Open Championship last year, and I'm so happy this year that ladies are having a provision for themselves. Pool billiards is not a masculine sport. It is not a sexist sport. We are an all-inclusive sport. I did have a discussion with 2 of the organizers, that is Mambo and Tesfa, and the promise was that yes, next year we may have this tournament under the same name, but at a different venue which is more spacious, and also having ladies having their own version in the same competition, but also having Cesar now up on 1 yellow, which he will put anytime any day drawing the white ball backwards. Given how loud he is, you will always hear such round of applause, even when the shots he play may be for a player of his level quite ordinary. 6, Nkole 1. He played in Kenya. Now he's playing in Zambia. You are seeing funds for himself against a top Zambian player, Nkole Matanga, who is in trouble and has to get things going his way. Outside of that, maybe he may start thinking of how he will play in his second life in the losers bracket. He must start making things happen for himself. He is 6-1 down to a guy that has been giving him very little chance to play, sometimes giving him chance and not utilizing the chance, and that is exactly what I'm talking about. It's seeming like he's attempting to make a clearance of this yellow frame. It won't come easy, most especially considering that yellow ball, which is now near his hand, and has just played a big backspin to try and open it up as if he were listening to me. The ball doesn't go as far as Cesar would have wanted. Maybe he's still having it in mind, and yes, that is the mind I'm talking about. Let's listen to the round of applause. He has gotten white ball with pinpoint accuracy off the cushion and using Nkole's blue as support. Another backspin loading off the target, off the cushion, but backspin accurate. Then the second last yellow to the center pocket on the right, most likely, top center pocket, most likely spinning the white ball backwards to put the last yellow to the corner pocket, which he does. White was close to getting potted, but he will be okay as long as he puts that yellow, the last one, to the corner pocket. He can never miss from this kind of range. With the same shot as he played, the same skill with which he played the penultimate shot, he has that roll of the black ball now to the corner pocket, which he will surely do. Goes for the center pocket instead, probably to have the white ball safer, with the same result and same style by single visit clearance. Nkole Matanga 1, Cesar 7, rest to 9. In the country where this guy won 26 competitions in 1.5 years, including the Easter Cup of the Zambia Pool Union, including many weekly comps right at this venue. So these guys are so accustomed to him, these fans, to the extent that earlier today, one of them dash to her parents. Cesar 7, Nkole 1. Cesar needs 2, while Nkole needs 8 of the remaining 9 frames. Continuing to entertain. You cannot shy from enjoying when this guy is playing. Sometimes he makes playing of this sport look a little bit easier than it actually is. This match, and I want to tell you genuinely from all that I've been watching today, is the best exhibition of pool so far from one of the players. Also, with due respect to the performance that Kelvin did put up against Jerry, also with due respect to the big performance that Jinte did put up against Ibra earlier in the day, this one is a little bit top notch, and I'm not meaning that Cesar will win or Nkole will not go far in the tournament, but for this match, Cesar has been simply too much, and he has not yet won, but is seemingly on the verge of winning an 8th out of 9 against a player who is at his own home venue, at least for Nkole. For once, Cesar misses a ball. Nkole must win this frame. If not, I just want to think, if not, that he may have no business trying to win this match. He must win this frame. Yes, showing his own flashes of brilliance, and yet he is on target. He's off target, sorry. White ball for Cesar's liking is so far away from the yellow, but it won't matter. The fans are out of words. Nkole is out of shots. Cesar is not out of choices. He's now up against black in 9 frames to win an 8th. My goodness. Cesar 8, Nkole 1. Rest to 9. Now Nkole must win 8 games in a row or else drop to the losers bracket. The Scorpion is in the lead, needing 1 out of 9. And just the bad news for Nkole is that Cesar is more than able of ensuring that the one he needs is the one he is playing, most especially after potting the relatively difficult of the 3 balls that he was remaining with, now needing a roll of the white ball but bouncing it off the cushion, actually drawing it backwards. I don't think he intended to have it intercepted by Nkole's yellow. He, however, has little sight of the yellow ball, which he can have a sharp cut off to the center pocket, which he also misses. You are watching big comps that can ever happen anywhere on the African continent. Something that I've been saying all through the tournament is that this event is, in my opinion, the biggest ever collection of the best elite African players in big numbers in any tournament that has been organized before. Yes, there are some comps which have had more prize money, especially again, but look at that shot. My goodness. And how about watching stuff for that? For repay. Very worth your eyes. Cesar now on the black for the last time in the match, which he misses. And a neutral one will most likely be happy with that, because you will want Nkole to win this frame such that you watch more and more of this action, because Cesar is really entertaining the continent. Now with a chance to again try and play the black off the cushion, a shot he has ever played at the Holy Cup Championships in the doubles with Joseph Kasozi. This time it is a foul. Has a chance to show us what exactly he is made of. When you're up against a guy like Cesar, when he's leading 8-1, when he needs 1 out of 8, maybe you just play freely. That maybe it is not your day. No need putting yourself under too much pressure, because the pressure has been gotten off you from your opponent. That's why you see that even when he's trailing 8-1, fans are giving Nkole a round of applause, and he's smiling at himself. No more pressure for him. He knows that most likely he will not win this match, but at least he will try his best to win his frame. He's an able player, make no mistake about that, a pretty good one, but only that he's being taken down by this young man who has just been a beast in the match. But for Nkole, chance to win a second. These fans are just chanting a little bit stubbornly. Yes, Nkole 2, Cesar 8, rest to 9. You are seeing Chipolo Polo Iye, a song that is a favorite by the cheerleader in Zambia, that is Rachel Mbewe, who is probably watching live on the ATA platform and wishing that she were here making noise for us. Once again, Cesar 8 and Nkole 2. Want Nkole to win this frame also, so that we remain watching this match. Yes, for me who likes to watch good pool. Now he has 4 blues Nkole, with the fans who are now chanting his name, but I know they are only doing it stubbornly. They know he probably will not be winning this match. But this frame, how I wish he has been playing at this level for the whole match. Cesar concedes. Conceding is not the very smartest idea, but it is permitted in the rules for a player. To accept in front of his opponent that yes, you have won this frame, sir, don't overburden yourself. But in another way, it in a way demoralizes Nkole, because when you are the player, you want to pot that black ball. There is a way it gives you some boost in your mind that I've potted the black ball, let me try and pot another. Nonetheless, Cesar 8, Nkole 3, race to 9. These guys are also deciding not to have time out in this one. This time a dry break from Nkole, leaving a badly split yellow frame, but a relatively well split blue frame, which is
going for most likely to try and finish off Nkole by a reverse dish, by a red apple, by a biscuit. Those are some of the names that are given to this frame if Cesar wins it by break and finish by single visit clearance. No, it won't be, because he gets to miss a ball. Nkole with a chance to play. Nkole has been to Cesar's country, Uganda, once, 2016, representing Zambia. They did finish third out of 7 countries in the All Africa Pool Championships 2016. He was one of the leaders of the Zambian delegation. And then the following year, by the way, a very good player he was. He has lost some of his touch. But someone like me who did watch him that year and thereafter, I didn't watch the African Championships in 2017, and the Facebook wasn't by then going live, but I do respect his achievement, because that is the year that ended the reign of the great South African in Wetsi Moraki, because he had won the event in 2016 as well as 2015. Of course, in 2018, the All Africa Pool Association decided to have the event biannually, that is after every 2 years instead of after every year. 2018, then there was no event. It was then held in 2019, won by Eden Joseph. No, it was won by Vishen Jagdev, who defeated Eden in the final, and All South African final. Of course, after 2018, there were 2 years of no action because of COVID. Then in 2022, it was hosted right here in Zambia, won by Eden after defeating Victor. Then in 2023, of course, in 2022 they were playing what should have been a 2021 edition because of COVID. Then 2023 it was in South Africa, won by Eden, who defeated Kelvin in the final of an event which Cesar was not part of. I'm not meaning that he would have won it if he had played it, but meaning is that he needs to put one blue ball to find a good white ball for the black to go to the round of last 32 with his 2 lives intact now, as long as he puts this black, which can never ever miss. Taking no time, Cesar defeats Nkole, who has congratulated him with a very friendly handshake.